When I learned this thing, my life changed. And I know that my life has changed forever. You're not from this world, and you're not from the place you were born, man. You were just born there. Because where we were born limits us. I'm not just aiming to be small. So my name is Big Rhex. So, who am I now? Let's go to the question. So today I'm going to be doing something different, right? It's like a book review, or I don't know what to call this. I'm actually reading a book, and I've actually learned a lot from this book that I didn't know before, and I feel like a lot of people need that information, right? To just discover some things about themselves and about the world. It's actually a book titled The Spirits of Leadership by Dr. Myles Munroe. If you don't know Dr. Myles Munroe, was actually, because it's late, so he was actually a preacher, a teacher, a very great one, and a mentor to a lot of the great people we have in our world today. Right, so I discovered him in like 2022, and since then I've been learning from his books, his tapes and all. So I'm reading this book and I came across something and I thought to share with you guys. I know this video might be boring to some people, like they don't care, like what's it about books here. If you're not interested, I can actually say you should, just scroll down and go watch something else. But if you're interested in like knowing more about yourself and about where you are from, who created you, I'll advise you to like just give me just 5 minutes of your time, and yeah, I promise you won't regret it. Okay, so I came to, I've been asking myself this question: who am I? Because I hear people ask that question: who are you? Right? And the first time I was asked that question, I told the person my name and I told them what I do. They were like, no, that's not who you are. Right? And I was like, okay, then who am I? Like, what's the right answer to this question? And I've been checking a lot of, resources, books and all to like find who I really am. But I never really understood it, or never really grabbed it like the way I did when I started reading this book, right? And from the knowledge I've gathered from this book and from the things I've learned, before you answer that question, who am I, it is important to understand who you are from, like who created you, your source, like where you're coming from. Because in order to answer that question correctly, you need to understand where you're coming from and who made you, who created you. And most people believe in, I don't know, is it evolution or what do we call it? Those people that feel like, that believe that they came from animals, from monkeys, and they reach like, and some people just believe that they appeared, which is very crazy. If you're one of them, I'm sorry for you, man. You need to like think about that. So yeah, and I've actually like been blown like mentally, because this thing is really playing with my head. Like, I've just been asking myself a lot of questions, and I'm very sure that when I'm done reading this book, most of my doubts are going to be cleared. Most of my questions are going to be cleared. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to like, let's just first understand who God is, our creator, right? So in essence, if you want to know and understand yourself, your nature and your abilities, it is necessary for you to know God, who is your source. Please, I want you to understand that I'm not preaching. I'm not trying to be a preacher or a pastor here. I'm just trying to help you understand who you are. If you're patient enough, you're going to like get something by the end of this video, okay? So I know this might sound like I'm trying to preach or something, but please don't get me wrong, okay? So I'm just trying to tell you who God is, because we need to understand our creator, who created us, And we're all aware that we were created in his image and likeness, right? He made us in his image and likeness, so we are like him. So if we know all these things about him, that he's great, he's mighty, he's our God, he created everything that you're seeing in this world. He created both the heavens and the earth and all other things that are inside it, right? That's not a small person. And the fact that he said he created us in his image and likeness, that means we have all this power in us to do all these things. So let's go straight to it. Let's understand who God is. So the first one is that he is like omnipotent. So he's like omnipotent. The first attribute of God is that he is omnipotent or all powerful. Omnipotence means all powerful. How do we now apply this attribute to ourselves? Omnipotence means all inherent power. It can also be described as a sense of secure ability in pursuing and fulfilling one's purpose and will. Since we were made in the image and likeness of the Creator and possess that same ability in a measure, this means that we inherently have power that enables us to accomplish what we were created to do. In addition, power can be defined as the proper use of energy. The application for us is this: God does not use energy in a negative way. His power is creative. A true leader who has tapped into his essential nature uses power to make things better for people, just as God, the spirit of excellence, tries like making things better than the way they are, right? The Creator uses his power to produce what is good, and we are meant to do that. So what I learned from this particular omnipotence nature of God is that God is all powerful. Yeah, he's all powerful. He's powerful, and that means we also possess that in us because he made us in his image and likeness. So we have the power to do whatever we were sent to this world to do. If you're a creator, anything that you do, you make films, you are a baker, you're a business person, anything at your career, anything you're doing, right? This nature of God shows you that you also have that power to be great in whatever you're doing. Right, so let's not say too much about that. Let's go to the next one, which is omniscience. The Creator is also omniscient, which means all-knowing. Because we have this nature, we have the facility to understand and retain knowledge. I believe that we all are capable of learning as much as we want to. In this sense, our ability to learn is infinite. Moreover, we can never grow too old to learn. We have the capacity to know more than we think we can. This is powerful, guys. This is very powerful. We have the ability to know, like, anything you want to learn. So I know that some things can be very difficult here, but this is trying to tell us that God is all-knowing. He's all-knowing. So we have the power to really learn and understand whatever we want to. It's very powerful because, like, knowledge is power. So imagine that we are limited, like we cannot learn, we cannot know. All right. So this is something you need to know about God. This means that whatever you've learned so far is not enough for you to know. Our ability to know is inherent, and any perceived limitation of this ability is based on our own conclusion that we've learned all that we can or want to know. Yet, this is not all that we are able to know. We have a long way to go in order to match our potential for knowledge. We need to be more aware of our ability to know our Creator and the world that He has made. So yeah, God is all-knowing. That means we're all-knowing. We have the power to know, to learn whatever we want to learn, okay? The third one is omnipresence. And this is He It means that he is everywhere and that there is no place in heaven, the universe, or on earth that threatens him. This freed me from one crazy, I don't know if I would call that habit, or it's just a very crazy thing I used to battle with. Whenever I'm in places that I feel are bigger than me, I'm always intimidated. Sometimes I just feel small, I just shrink and like, do I really belong here? But after learning this, that God is omnipresent, that He has the power to be anywhere, no matter how big the place is, because He made it, He created the whole world. He has the power to be anywhere, and then He won't be threatened, no matter what presence, whose presence He is in. Right? I've met some people that, man, I felt threatened inside me. Like, what am I? Do I really belong here? Like, man, I felt fear, right? But after learning this, I remember recently I met with someone that some people, even to me, I know that person is like great. You know, he's not someone that is small. He's doing a lot of great things, and someone on a normal day, I myself will be intimidated if I meet someone like that. But I was comfortable. So there's a point I actually learned here that I just you know marked it. Um, it's a place that said, I can't find it. I can't really find it right now, but it's a place that said that you know um, true leaders respect and honor authority, but they are not threatened by it. What does this mean? Like, yeah, I am aware that you're great. I'm aware that you're a big person. Like, you've paid the price to reach that place, and I respect and honor you for that. But I'm not scared of you. I'm not inferior to you. And I know that this is something that most people, especially people that come from small places or people that are still struggling to, get to the top, whenever they meet people that show all this, that it's obvious that they are greater than them in some way, they just feel small, just feel threatened. And you see them just struggling, trying to like, but it's crazy. After learning this, I became crazily confident, right? And it's not just in my head. I actually practicalized this and I felt different. I wasn't there when I first met him. I felt a bit of, that normal fear. But then I remembered that was when everything changed, man. It's powerful, my guys. Okay, so the last one is okay. We're actually in omnipresence, right? Yeah. So I think there's a point I need to read out. Yeah. So it tells us that like we have that power, that same nature. A true leader is in charge of his environment. His environment doesn't control him. He controls it. Again, because we are made in the image and likeness of God, we have the ability to dominate our environments. We can control and govern them instead of becoming victims of them. But we have to first discover that we have this ability because of the source from which we come. Man, I've gone too long. So guys, to be honest, yeah, if I'm going to like read everything from this book, I'll just advise and recommend this book to anyone who struggles with self-belief, the spirit of leadership. I'll just recommend this book to anyone who struggles with self-belief, because like this is not popular among people who were raised in environments where their parents always affirmed them, always made them believe that you're meant for great things. I know all parents want their children to do great, but they don't know that some of their words, like there are words our parents tell us when we were kids, and they were the way they raised us that made us become insecure when we grow up. So if you are that person struggling with lack of confidence, self-awareness, like you don't really know yourself, like your self-worth, your self-esteem and all, I'll advise you get this book, and it's going to change your life, because it's already changing mine. It's already changing mine. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've learned a lot from this book, and I'm practicalizing it, and I'm seeing that it's working. So, who am I now? Let's go to the question. If I'm going to answer this question now, if someone meets me now, walks up to me now and asks me, who are you? I'm not going to say my name is Big Rhex, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a storyteller. No. I'll ask, do you really want to know who I am? The person is going to be like, yes. Then I'll now first tell them, bro, before we get to who I am, I'll first tell you where I'm from, like who created me. Then I'll explain all these natures that God has, the person that created me, which is God. I'll explain to that person who God is, right? Then I'll tell them that that is the person that created me. And he created me in his image and his likeness. So that alone, I know that nobody's going to come and ask you to give him that details of like, who are you, right? But it's important that you understand that in your mind, and it will help you to like walk through this life confidently. Like nobody's going to manipulate you, nobody's going to dominate you, nobody's going to take advantage of you if you really know who you are. Right? You don't have to go around telling people like, I am from God, God made me in his image and likeness, bruh. But if you have this information alone in your head, you're freed. When I learned this thing, my life changed. And I know that my life has changed forever. And nobody's going to play with me again. I'm sorry, man, because like a lot of people have played with me because I didn't really know who I was. I didn't really know my value. I didn't really know who I am. But now that I know this, man, rest in peace to that old version of me. And to those people that enjoyed that, like using me and, you know, just like, it's done, it's over, man. Right? So, yeah. It's very important you understand who you are. So that is it, man. That is it. God created you in this image and likeness. And God is not limited in any way. Right? God is valuable. There's something I learned. Like there's a part I read this morning that I would like to... So like this is like something you need to understand too, right? Because like, who is your source? Our source is God, right? The person that created us. So for us to really understand what this our source can provide for us, if you understand God, you understand your identity, because your identity is in him. You understand your purpose, you understand your concept, you understand your worth, you will understand your value, and then you understand that you are protected by him, and you understand your maintenance, that he's in charge of your maintenance. You understand that he's in charge of preserving you, your productivity, your meaning, and your life. Right? So guys, man, I just want you to, you know, go to Jumia, check the Spirit of Leadership. I think it's 6K or 7K, but it's worth it, guys. Just get this book and then read it, and then come and share your testimonies. Come and gist me what you really learned. This is not what my channel is about, right? I don't like go around telling people about, you know, who they are and discovering themselves and all. But in my journey of becoming this filmmaker that I want to become, this YouTuber, storyteller that I want to become, it has been a very, very big struggle. Not just finances, you know, not just support and all, but the belief, the self-confidence that I can actually do this, especially from where I was born. Like, I've not seen anyone do what I'm trying to do, right? And become the way I want to become. Because I'm not just aiming to be small. So my name is Big Rhex. I'm not aiming to just do the normal way people are doing, right? So it threatens me sometimes. It really threatens me sometimes. Like, who do you think you are? Right? I just get so small sometimes. I feel like, oh, what am I trying to do? What do I think I'm doing? But after reading this book, and to be honest, when you're reading this book, invite the Spirit of God Pray, like always. Every time you get a revelation of about something that you've never heard before, just pray about it and ask God to really make it work for you, make it happen for you, help you to really understand who you are, because that's the process where I am right now. I'm not even going to say that I'm already that confident person that knows who he is. Yeah, I know myself, but like there are, I think I just touched my mic now. There are some things that I still need to learn and practicalize and, really go outside there instead of just reading a book and sleeping in my room, right? I'm still going to be faced with challenges, with things that are going to test to see if I really agree with the things I've learned in this book. So I'm going to advise you get this book, The Spirit of Leadership by Dr. Myles Munroe, and it's going to change your life. Not just this book. Read, man. Read a lot of books. And your life is not going to be the same. Like, even you're going to be surprised, like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? There are some things I say sometimes, some things I do. And I'm just grateful to God because I know where I was born. I know the place I was raised. I'm careful not to not say where I'm from, because that's not where I'm from, man. You read this book, you understand what I'm trying to say. You're not from this world, and you're not from the place you were born, man. That's not where you were from. You were just born there, because where we were born limits us. This world limits us. Imagine you say you're from Nigeria, right? Well, you're from somewhere big. You're from God, the creator of this whole world. So guys, I've ranted a lot, man. I said a lot in this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe and like the video, share to your friends, and get this book, The Spirit of Leadership by Dr. Myles Munroe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.